It's halftime of tonight's game broadcast. Tonight's Lindale Air, Rose City Air, Root Construction. It's halftime of tonight's game broadcast. Tonight's Lindale Eagle game broadcast is brought to you by Alford's Tire, Rose City Air, Root Construction, Brisket Love Barbecue and Ice House, Marucci Elite Beeler Roofing, The Office Barn, and Eagle Chiropractic. The second half will kick off after the short timeout.
Well, it took us a while to get things right, but we finally did. And one of the things that we did right tonight is we invited a pretty cool guy to join us in the press box tonight. And we apologize for the interruption in our signal. We obviously are having little technical problems, but most of the time anytime we do the broadcast, it all has to do with a cell signal. And for the first time in our history of broadcasting, we were having a problem at Eagle Stadium tonight. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't bother us because there's a guy named Easton Simpson. He's 9 years old. Matter of fact, just turned 9, I think, a couple of weeks ago. Decided to come up to the press box with us and hang out for a little while. Easton, how you doing tonight, man?
Good.
You doing good?
Mm-hmm.
Are you enjoying the game?
Yeah.
Okay. Who are you rooting for?
Eagles.
Okay. Do you know anybody on the team?
Yes, Logan's Parker brother and Trey.
Who's Trey Maseratian?
Mm-hmm.
Can you say his last name?
Mm-mm.
Go ahead and try. Maz.
Maz.
Tian.
Tin.
Maseratian.
Maseratian.
There you go, man. That's good enough. That's good enough. Hey, who are you playing for right now? Are you playing football?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was told that you were playing for Lindale Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
You in third grade or fourth grade?
Third grade.
Third grade. Okay. Well, I know Alan already asked you what position you're playing, man. What position are you playing?
Safety, QB, and running back.
QB. What does that stand for? Quarterback?
Quarterback.
Okay. All right. Would you rather play safety? That's on defense. You get to hit people, or would you rather play quarterback?
Safety.
Safety? How come?
Because I like to tackle people.
Do you play tackle football with your dad?
No, but I just like to play tackle with my cousins.
Oh, okay. Because I know your dad's bigger than you. Sometimes it's hard to tackle him, but I know sometimes he might fall on purpose, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking. All right, your favorite football player? Okay, this is called Dead Air. You got to who is it? Come on.
Michael Carson.
Michael Parsons? He's pretty good. He's a Cowboy. Cowboy fan? Okay. Hey, when's your next football game?
Tomorrow at 9.
Tomorrow at 9? Okay, where at? Where's it at, Dad? In Quitman? Okay. So everybody's going to be wearing blue tomorrow. Equipment's blue also. Are you in stunned silence right now? Because you haven't looked at me at all while we've been talking. I'm just checking. Okay. You want to invite everybody to your football game?
Yeah.
Go ahead. How do you invite people to your football game? Hey, would y'all like to come see me play?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you guys like to go see me play?
Yeah, 9 o'clock tomorrow, right?
9 o'clock, yeah.
Okay. All right, congratulations and happy birthday, man. Hey, what'd you get for your birthday? Did your dad buy you a car?
Mm-mm.
Did you get a dining room set?
No, but he
No?
bought me a couch
He bought you a couch.
for my gaming room.
Okay. I was hoping you were going to follow it up with maybe for my man cave or my gaming room. Okay. So you got a couch. Not many 9-year-olds got a couch for their birthday. Is it a cool couch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What color?
Black.
Okay. All right. Easton Simpson, give me a high five, man. Appreciate you being here. Lindale Eagles, third and fourth graders tomorrow, 9 o'clock in Quitman.
Mm-hmm.
What number do you wear?
11.
You're 11?
Mm-hmm.
11 was my jersey number. Matter of fact, the guy I played high school basketball with, he's in the room tonight. He knows I wore number 11. Good job. Give me another one. All right. Easton, appreciate you being here, buddy.
Thank you.
Have a good game, man. Easton Simpson, ladies and gentlemen, his on-air debut. Tied at 16 at the half. 9:34 on the clock right now because the Lindale High School band just showed up. They've been here for a while, but they just got their chance to get on the field. We're taking a timeout. We'll come back. Stuart Campion will take a look at our numbers just before kickoff when we return. Lindale Eagle football continues on thecall.net.
Tonight's game broadcast. Tonight's Lindale Eagle game broadcast is brought to you by Alfred's Tire, Rose City Air, Root Construction, Brisket Love Barbecue and Ice House, Marucci Elite East Texas, Doc Deason Real Edge Real Estate, Beeler Roofing, The Office Barn, and Eagle Chiropractic. The second half will kick off after the short timeout. It's halftime of tonight's game broadcast. Tonight's Lindale Eagle game broadcast is brought to you by Alfred's Tire, Rose City Air, Root Construction, Brisket Love Barbecue and Ice House, Marucci Elite East Texas, Doc Deason Real Edge Real Estate, Beeler Roofing, The Office Barn, and Eagle Chiropractic. The second half will kick off after the short timeout. It's halftime of tonight's game broadcast. Tonight's Lindale Eagle game broadcast is brought to you by Alford's Tire, Rose City Air, Root Construction, Brisket Love Barbecue and Ice House, Marucci Elite East Texas, Doc Deason Real Edge Real Estate, Beeler Roofing, The Office Barn, and Eagle Chiropractic. The second half will kick off after the short timeout. It's halftime of tonight's game broadcast. Tonight's Lindale Eagle game broadcast is brought to you by Alford's Tire, Rose City Air, Root Construction, Brisket Love Barbecue and Ice House, Marucci Elite East Texas, Doc Deason Real Edge Real Estate, Beeler Roofing, The Office Barn, and Eagle Chiropractic. The second half will kick off after the short timeout. It's halftime of tonight's game broadcast. Tonight's Lindale Eagle game broadcast is brought to you by Alford's Tire, Rose City Air, Root Construction, Brisket Love Barbecue and Ice House, Marucci Elite East Texas, Doc Deason Real Edge Real Estate, Beeler Roofing, The Office Barn, and Eagle Chiropractic. The second half will kick off after the short timeout. It's halftime of tonight's game broadcast. Tonight's Lindale Eagle game broadcast is brought to you by Alford's Tire, Rose City Air, Root Construction, Brisket Love Barbecue and Ice House, Marucci Elite East Texas, Doc Deason Real Edge Real Estate, Beeler Roofing, The Office Barn, and Eagle Chiropractic. The second half will kick off after the short timeout.
Thank you, Don Jones. And before the short timeout, we were graced with the presence of Brooks Beeler moments ago. Man, has everything weird happened tonight? I go back on, Alan, I start to lose my voice, and the Lindale band is still playing. Both teams back out on the field trying to stretch it out. But we had Easton Simpson on here earlier, and he was so dang nervous. I should have had you guys interview him because he wasn't good with me.
Well, you're a celebrity. We're just here, so
we're has-beens. Yeah, can you get off of that thing? Has-beens. I know, because you're not on yet. Sorry about that, Stuart. Okay, real quick, because the Lindale band has been playing for a while now, but we missed a lot of their time last week. They had to play a quick show last week in Van, so they're getting as much play as they can in tonight here at Eagle Stadium. So real quick, Stuart, let's kind of go over our numbers, because as Alan and I were talking about earlier, man, Alan, this is almost a victory here in the first half. And obviously coaching staffs don't want to talk about that, but being tied at 16, this is a pretty good win right now in the first half for Lindale.
Oh, yeah. Going in at halftime and talking to their players, they're telling those players, you're doing what we asked you to do. You're being physical with them, and they sort of bid this out to their players that they were going to meet the finesse of Gilmer with the toughness and physicality of Lindale.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty well. They've done a good job with that.
Well, the numbers have got to pretty much sound like this game tied up at 16 right now, Stuart. What do we got numbers-wise?
Oh, well, let's see. With both squads on the field, along with the band squad, it's like we have some spare time. I might as well give you some numbers. Okay, well, starting with Lindale here, we got Patrick Daniels. He's carried the ball 7 times for 36 yards. Clint Thurman, 8 carries for 33 yards. And Devin Daniels, Patrick's brother, 6 carries for 20 yards, but then Clint Thurman has 1 for 6 for the entire evening, and that was the 27-yard touchdown pass. So that was to Ethan Moriarty. So not a lot of numbers so far for Lindale. Now, if we go ahead and go to Gilmer, the Ashton Hayes, 9 carries for 32 yards. Caden Tennyson, 84 yards. And then Caden's also done quite well in the air. He's thrown the ball. He's 8 for 12, 89 yards, and a touchdown. So we have 5 guys that have caught the ball, 1 for 42 yards, 1 for 32 yards. So they're actually doing well, but it seems like it's the quarterbacks that are carrying the load for both teams.
Yeah, and Tennyson, we've seen, thank goodness right now, we've seen him just go downfield a few times, only with a couple of completions on deep routes right now. Alan, as far as what these guys have got to do, it's hard to take them out of a game plan or ask them to do something different, because it's tied up at 16 against a football team that they were overmatched with when the game started. But what do you think Coach Rozelle, Coach Cochran are talking about what these guys have to do second half?
Well, I know for a fact, like I said earlier, that they're telling their players, keep after them, be physical with them. As a coaching staff, they're trying to find ways to stop. The passing game probably has been one of the things that that has hurt Lindale. And of course, they've been playing a lot of games up front, which made some holes up in the middle. That helped Gilmer in the running game. I will say this: Lindale's caught themselves in a bind in a couple times because they are changing defensive secondaries and moving people around. They're doing a lot of fronts, so I'm sure they're talking to all the coaches and trying to come up with some uniform ways to stop them instead of playing so many games.
Well, Lindale will receive the second half kickoff, as if you remember they kicked off to start this ball game. Gilmer rolled down and kicked a field goal to take a 3-0 lead. Lindale tied it up on a Seth Baggett 39-yarder to match up the 39-yarder he had a week ago against the Van Vandals. And then in the second quarter, both teams scored, pulling up 13 points apiece in the second quarter. Lindale getting the 1-yard run by Devin Fields, followed by the fantastic Ethan Moriarty 27-yard touchdown pass to put them at 16. And, of course, the Gilmer Buckeyes, the Haynes 2-yard reception, and then the Spectacular 44-yard run by Henderson. Kick is taken back at the 5-yard line. Daniels trying to make some moves. Had to backpedal all the way back to inside his own 5-yard line, but Patrick picks up some good yardage on the return. And the Lindale Eagles will start up 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line, going left to right here starting in this third period.
You know, Gilmer had previously kicked a couple of pooch kicks, one to the right, a couple to the right, one to the left. And on that one, he lined up the same way and kicked it deep and kicked it to about the 10-yard line.
Well, the Eagles will bring out their massive front line once again, but they're going to start off this third quarter with trips receivers split out wide to the wide side of the field to the right. Thurman's going to keep it, going off the left side, breaks the tackle, cross at 25. Clint Thurman again breaks tackles and works his way into the 30-yard line. A quick 8-yard pickup for Thurman.
Yeah, Wilson from his Tyson Wilson from his strong safety position had to come and make that tackle. You know, if you're a Lindale running back, that's where you want to get tackled, is in the secondary, because that means you've ripped off some runs, some yards.
9 carries, 41 yards for Thurman right now, starting off quickly. 2nd and 2 from the 30-yard line. They'll move Case and Watts to the right side. Ball almost in the middle of the field. They've got a funny place of the ball. Patrick Daniels cuts back, spin move, crossing the 30, 35-yard line. Patrick Daniels with the first down. Lindale Eagles moving the chains. Picks up good yardage. Give him 5 on the carry for the first down.
Elias Castillo for the tackle for Gilmer. You know, Lindale on that lined up in one formation and then shifted to another formation, probably trying to get Gilmer confused by some different formations from Lindale.
Well, they got 3 coaches on the sideline calling the plays. It's all up to Clint Thurman, who he has to watch. Handoff straight up the middle. Devin Fields. He reverses his field and will lose a massive chunk of real estate back to the 31-yard line. Boy, Fields just had nowhere to go, and instead of going down or trying to bounce it outside, he was trying to get around a blocker. That blocker was subsequently pushed back into his path, forcing him to go backwards back to the 31.
You know, if you're a running back, you're taught when that happens, man, just go down. Don't try to go around people. Go north and south.
They'll set up now 2nd and 13, make that 14, and nowhere to run this time as the Buckeyes will absolutely annihilate the Lindale offensive line on that play and take Thurman down hard. They're going to give him forward progress, thank goodness. Only a yard loss for Thurman up to the 31-yard line.
Well, Braylon Ward for Gilmer was the first one there. You know, he plays as a defensive tackle. He's 6 foot 270. So he was the first one to make the tackle.
Lindale with their initial possession here in the second half. Snap back. Thurman going to look left, going to look right. Now he'll throw right. Up and deep and over the head of the intended receiver and out of bounds. Pass intended for Moriarty. Guarded back there and covered by Zach easily and way out of bounds. So that'll set up a 4th down and a easy punt play here for Wyatt Parker and the Eagles.
You know, Lindale, I know, wanted to come out in that second half of that first possession and go down and score. So a little bit disappointment that they're going to have to sync it up on defense.
Well, it's 4th and 14. 3 up backs, and calling the signals is Christian King back there behind Kerbo with the deep snap. Kick is off. It'll hit at the 44-yard line. Takes a great Lindale bounce and out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So a nice play, nice kick downfield. And it was not Kerbo with the deep snap. I think that's Cade Hoddy who had the deep snap that time instead of Kerbo. Kerbo will come out on defense. Now with 9:29 to go, Gilmer will get the football to start their first possession of the third quarter. Tied at 16 at Eagle Stadium. Eagles will be at home again next Friday against Henderson. And Gilmer going to be on the road, not next week, as they will have their bye week coming up and take on Pleasant Grove their next outing. Llewellyn in motion, snap back, Tennyson going to throw down to right side. Got a man wide open in midfield to the 40, 35-30, down to the 20. Trying to wrangle down Brett Maya, grabbed the receiver at the 25, and they run him all the way down to the 4-yard line. Well, Maya just could not get a handle on the legs of the receiver. And Stewart, I'm thinking it's going to be Tate with the reception. It'll be Tate with a long reception, taking it from the 30 all the way down inside the 5. 1st and 10, Gilmer. Handoff, left side, Haynes, touchdown, Gilmer. And just like that, immediately they will strike from 4 yards out. It's a Haynes 4-yard touchdown, and Gilmer responds in 2 plays.
Well, I'll tell you what, that pass, that route that the receiver ran was just got him turned around, and the defensive back, he couldn't get to him. They're doing a swinging gate there, Kenny.
Well, they're going to try a swinging gate and get that extra point. Snap's going to go back. They're going to run wide with a swinging gate, looking for the 2-point conversion. It will be converted. So the 2-point conversion gets back their missed extra point. The Gilmer Buckeyes immediately on their first possession of the third period will go up 24-16 with the touchdown. We come back. Lindale Eagle football continues with OnTheCall.net.
The summer of 2022 has been tough on everyone, especially those that were without a top-performing HVAC system. Rose City Air was created by Will Decker and Heath Willingham after they experienced plenty of too little, too late scenarios, with 2 objectives in mind: service and educate consumers on the most efficient ways to maintain a healthy AC unit correctly the first time and eliminate the anxiety of second and third opinions and repairs. Rose City Air takes the time to show you the complexities of maintaining a top-notch HVAC system while the estimate and assessment is being done. Rose City Air's free estimates, 24-hour no-hassle emergency services, low-cost maintenance agreements, and discounts for veterans, first responders, and educators are why Rose City Air wants to service your home or business whenever the need arises. 903-630-4343 or go to rosecityairtx.com.
Well, big play for the Gilmer Buckeyes as they take the lead 24-16 after the 2-point conversion. Tennyson 9 of 13 for 155 yards. It's always aided when you get a 66-yard strike for a touchdown. And that kick will go out of bounds. And flag comes down, of course, for kicking it out of bounds. Toss the tee out. And with 9:04 to go, Lindale Eagles will get the football back. This time in good field position as well. Alan, they've answered all night thus far. And unfortunately, they got the ball to start the second half. Were unable to move the ball at all. But, boy, they've answered all the first half. They got to do something here. And one thing we haven't seen from this offense is anything out of the ordinary yet.
Yeah, you had told me before, we had something called at that point. Yeah, you told me that Coach Cochran had some little wrinkles that he might put in tonight. I'd like to see a couple of those.
Well, they may have to resort to something a little out of the ordinary. They're going to set up with a full house backfield and put Patrick Daniels in motion going left. And now just following the blocker inside, Clint Thurman will keep it across the 35. Thurman picks up big yardage. He'll get 7 up to the 37-yard line.
Well, there's as we talked about the big offensive line of Lindale, Clint Thurman is just basically a running back. They snap it back to him. They have one of those running backs as a lead blocker, like the old isolation play to the running back. But Gilmer's doing a good job of coming up, but they can't stop it when they get that many people coming in.
Well, doubles tight end set with Landon Sullivan and Watts in. Play fake going to come up near sideline. Thurman going to lay it up there, and it's in and out of the hands of Ethan Moriarty. As Moriarty looked like he had the ball in his gut, it just went through his hands at around the 30-yard line. Clint Thurman again for the second time has really laid it in as Moriarty gets a step on that defender.
Yeah, Zach Easley was the defender on that, and there was a lot of hand checking, but it was by both of them, so there was no penalty involved.
Clint Thurman only 1 of 8 tonight for 27 yards, but that 27-yarder a touchdown strike to Moriarty earlier in the ball game. Turn around, hand off Daniels. Daniels going left side and nowhere to go as the Gilmer Buckeye defense has finally figured out that big offensive line. It's Rohan Fluellen, one of the tacklers in there, and pushes Daniels in the backfield. And it'll be a loss of a couple, maybe a yard, back to the 36-yard line. And again, Parker will have to run onto the field for a punt. So second consecutive 3-and-out for the Eagles here to start the third period with 7:58 to go.
They really wanted to answer with that, especially off not getting anything off that first possession of the second half.
Well, Hottie with the deep snap, long snap count. It'll be taken by Parker. Parker with a straight-ahead punt this time. Will get off a short kick. Comes down at the 40-yard line and takes a Gilmer bounce up to the 44 before a Lindale defender can get down and stop the progress of that football. It'll be Stanton who will stop it. Not Stanton, excuse me. It'll be Landon Sullivan who will get the ball to stop it around the 42-yard line. So Gilmer gets the football back again with a short field. Buckeyes coming into this ball game 3 straight wins to start the season. 50-7 victory over Paris a week ago. And Eagles coming off that 30-27 win over the Vandals a week ago as well. Gilmer going right to left. Got Haynes set behind him. Fakes the handoff. No, give it to Haynes. Haynes trying to get out of a tackle. And then Jake Curbo will finish it up with a nice little ankle tackle back behind the line of scrimmage. They're going to somehow give him a loss of only 3.
Well, Carson Pluckett helped with that also, but Lindale did a great job of controlling that run.
Well, great pursuit or penetration for the Lindale defensive line. Packers will set up now. Rover to the right side. Blitz coming near side by Stanton. Flare out, caught at the 35, 40, 45, and up the sideline goes Haynes. Breaks the tackle at the 35, one at the 30, and dives forward inside the 30 to the 25-yard line. Oh, my.
Yeah, Michael Shannon having to chase the receiver down. Little quick screen. They didn't get him. They walled off the defensive person. They were off to the races to the outside.
35-yard pickup by Haynes. 35-yard reception will set up 1st and 10 for Gilmer. Going right to left at the Lindale 25. Man in motion, Fluellen. Handoff Haynes straight up the middle. Haynes with big yardage across the 20. And they'll mark him down right at the 20-yard line. 5-yard pickup for Haynes. And lead blocker Aaron Bell comes up hobbling a little bit.
Wyatt Parker on the tackle there. You know, you were seeing some motion and so forth from Gilmer and handing the ball back the opposite way from the motion.
Joe Richard checks in the ball game. Nose tackle right over center. Tennyson puts Fluellen in motion left to right. By himself on the right side of the field now. He'll get set at the 22-yard line. Looking right, looking at Fluellen now coming back left. It's tipped in the air and caught. Well, it was batted in the air by the Lindale defense, but came right down in the hands of Cade Bowman. That'll be a loss on the play of 7 yards. So the reception will go for a 7-yard loss. But boy, a lost opportunity there for the guys in blue pulling down the interception.
Yeah, Jake Curbo was the one that made the tackle, was there almost to make the interception.
Well, a great play here for the defense as they've got Gilmer back, going backwards for the first time in this quarter at the 27-yard line. 3rd and 12. Tennyson stacking receivers to the left and right. Faking the pass and handing off to Haynes on the delay. Haynes gets across the 25 but can't reach the 20. Is short at the 22-yard line. So he'll pick up 5 on the carry, but that still sets up a 4th and long situation for Gilmer. Boy, defense making a good stand here after giving up that early touchdown.
Yeah, a little draw play. Jake Curbo making the tackle. I thought he was fixing to run for a lot more yardage, but Lindale closed in on it with Jake Curbo making the tackle.
Well, Gilmer's going to leave the offense on the field. 4th and 7 from the 22-yard line. Lindale defense getting some help by the Cowbells and the Lindale fandom. Snap back to Tennyson, straight drop back looking left. Now he's going to scramble. Getting pursued from behind and sacked back at the 24-yard line. Lindale defense will hold. Well, Alan, that looked like a coverage sack right there.
There was also a little blitz that helped with that. Number 9, Ethan Moriarty coming in to make the final tackle. So putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback that time on Tennyson. That's something that Lindale needed to do right there. Now they need to answer and tie this ball game back up.
Well, taking momentum, or I guess making the big play defensively really does set up the offense. Once they come out, we'll see how they'll respond right here. Lindale gets the ball back. They'll stop Gilmer on downs for the first time tonight. 4:41 to go. Daniels in motion to the right. Thurman going to keep it right side, following his tackler, his blockers, and Thurman gets pulled down after some tough yardage up to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, Tyson Wilson and Zach Easley on the tackle for Gilmer. Gilmer, the Buckeyes. Kenny, what's a Buckeye?
It's a thing. It's a cookie.
A cookie? Or
I don't know what it is.
Tree?
It's a thing you put on a knick-knack shelf.
Yeah.
I don't know. Handoff Daniels going left side. He's going to try, but nowhere to go. Thurman dives in as if the ball may have been loose. and picks his running back up after a gain of 2 up to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, you don't want your quarterback diving into that situation, getting his
really.
hand broke.
No, you do not.
But, Thurman thinks he's a running back, so.
Well, he's been most of his career here at Lindale in the last couple of seasons. 3:40 to go, third quarter. It's a 27-16 lead right now for the Gilmer Buckeyes. The scoreboard evidently has tacked on 3 points. Thurman coming near side, 35, still on his feet. Gets popped at the 40, first down. Clint Thurman and the Lindale Eagles. Great run for Thurman. And I'm not sure why the scoreboard has Gilmer up 27-16. But it's a 24-16 game right now, and somebody's going to have to change that. 1st and 10, Lindale going left to right. Grab caught by Marcus Field. Field's first catch of the night. He picks up 3 yards up to the 44-yard line. So Marcus Field with a reception, and Thurman finally able to get the ball and get a completion other than the touchdown.
That's one of those quick screens that can be a little bit of tricky if the defender gets a jump on it. I thought they were going to pick it off for a second.
Lindale playing quickly. Slot both sides, dual receivers left and right, ball near hash. Wide side of the field, blitz call, handoff, Devin Daniels, no. Clint Thurman, great call. Thurman spins out of a tackle and reaches for the first down. He may have it.
Well, they brought Aaron Bell on a stun up the middle, which was on the opposite side of where Clint Thurman finally ran into because there was a hole there, so he's able to make some yardage.
Well, third first down for the Eagles here in the third period now, and on this drive, 2:23 to go. Boy, Clint Thurman with a great effort again. He just continues to take a beating, and for a guy that is pretty small in stature, but everybody is, next to Sam Peterson from a year ago. Devin Daniels, boy, he almost had a seam there for a minute, crossing midfield, and gets to the 48-yard line. He'll pick up a hard 1.5 yards. Daniels got a good burst. Well, both Devin and Patrick have got a great burst as soon as they get that handoff. But, boy, this incredibly quick, athletic Gilmer defense are right on top of them. Set up 2nd and 9 from the 49-yard line. Thurman going to throw the fade, coming near side, and over the head of the receiver and popped from the safety and incomplete. Marcus Field takes a shot at the 25-yard line.
I'm not too sure that Clint Thurman didn't think that was off sides on Gilmer, and he was just taking a shot, up the field with it.
Well, it certainly looked like he got rid of that ball pretty quick, and Marcus Field ran right into double coverage there. Clock stopped with the incompletion, minute 36 to go.
And you can see Coach Cochran right in the ear of that official. He's still on him.
Back and forth. Boy, he is not happy. Thurman takes the snap, turns around, fakes a handoff. He'll roll to his left. Going to throw to his left. Caught. Alex Romero. First down Eagles at the 36-yard line. Nice rollout play.
Yeah, that's a little bootleg play. They've been running the ball, and they make a little fake one way, and then they bootleg out the other side, and he had a receiver wide open.
So they'll move the sticks for the Eagles, and they're trying to answer this touchdown that Gilmer picked up at the 9:04 mark in the third period. They'll continue to move the chains, 1st and 10. Thurman going to roll to his right, still rolling. Going to look downfield. Got a man wide open at the 11-yard line. Marcus Field got behind the coverage and was wide open at the 12 and runs it in for the 10 for the 6.
That's a little wheel play. The inside receiver goes to the outside. The outside receiver does a little curl. It stymies the defensive backs, and he was back there all by himself. And once again, Kenny, that's one of those throws you're going, oh, my God, don't underthrow it, don't overthrow it. Just get it to him.
36-yard touchdown reception. Thurman to Marcus Field, and Lindale answers again. Thurman will set up at the 10, waiting for the extra point try. Seth Baggett, it's up and it's good. Lindale Eagles draw to within 1 point. 24-23 is our score. We come back. Lindale Eagle football continues with OnTheCall.net.
A showroom almost as big as a football field. Really? Office Barn in Tyler.
A ridiculous amount of inventory at Office Barn. New and gently used office furniture.
More desks than the Pentagon.
Any style of desk imaginable. Desk as low as $50.
Office chairs.
Over 1,000 chairs in stock of all kinds from $20 to $2,000.
Conference room tables.
Biggest selection of new and used conference tables we've had in a long time.
Low cubicle prices. services.
Really stylish cubicles and workstations with space planning, delivery, and install.
Office Barn in Tyler.
We ship anywhere with next day delivery in East Texas. Buy it in the box and save even more. Discounts for nonprofits, veterans, and first responders.
Between Tyler and Lindale on Highway 69. Across from the big American flag.
Call or text us. It's the same number, 903-881-0340.
Office Barn in Tyler.
Office Barn.
Well, you always want your team to come back. You want your team to exhibit some resiliency. Alan Phillips and Lindale has done that all night long, answering the touchdown and the two-point conversion with a touchdown on their own and an extra point. 24-23, Gilmer over Lindale right now with 1:04 to go in this third period. Kick will go deep and taken by the Buckeyes at the 5-yard line, 10, 15, 20. Still on feet, breaking a tackle, and Seth Baggett's got to make the touchdown-saving tackle, and he does at the 42-yard line. And Stuart Campion is going into traction. There's a flag down. I love your flag call, Stuart. You're animated, you're enthusiastic about it, and it looks like you got shoulder problems.
Throw the apple pie at him next time.
That's your apple pie, man.
Don't touch my apple pie.
Well, we got a flag on the play, and Lindale Eagles will force a holding call, and Seth Baggett's touchdown-saving tackle will help immensely as they will mark it off spot foul. It looks like they will stop at the 28-yard line, and that's where they'll drop the football.
Well, that's why they don't like kicking it deep, is because Gilmer has so much speed to kicking deep, they can get the seam and go.
Well, the spot foul will set up the Eagle defense. The Gilmer will set up 1st and 10, coming near side. Breaking outside 30, working out a block at the 35 and out of bounds at the 38-yard line, and right enough for the first down, a 10-yard rush, that time by Will Henderson. Henderson with a 10-yard pickup, and immediately Gilmer comes back to the wide side of the field with speed and a first down.
What you don't hear much about is Gilmer's receivers blocking, because the block made that play. He turned that defensive outside linebacker in. The running back was able to get to the outside.
1st and 10, Gilmer snap back. Fluellen almost grabbed it on the snap and stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Who's down there on the bottom of that pile? That's going to be Carson Plunkett making the initial, not only the pop, but boy, great penetration by Plunkett.
Yeah, okay. And he doesn't look like that, he matches up size-wise with those guys in front of him, but he's had a couple good plays this game.
23 ticks to go in this third period. Gilmer on the move, 2nd and 12 from their own 37-yard line, going right to left. Going on the blitz. They pick it up. Gilmer caught, 42-yard line, still on his feet, and then popped and pulled down, I think, is Fluellen. Fluellen with the catch. And he'll take it to the 45-yard line, still short of the first down, but tough running by Fluellen. He'll take it from the 36 to the 45, so it'll be a 9-yard reception to Fluellen. Third period comes to a close. Fourth quarter is on its way. A fantastic football game tonight from Eagle Stadium. 24-23 Gilmer. We come back. Lindale Eagle football continues with OnTheCall.net.
Alford's Tire Brake and Alignment is going all in with the 2022 Lindale Eagles. Safety first is not only common sense when it comes to your transportation, it should be the top priority anytime it comes to the overall protection of your family. Safety checks on your basic brake and tire conditions or need for maintenance on your AC system is paramount during the heat of a 2022 summer. Alford's Tire Brake and Alignment puts the entire family name behind making sure you stay stress-free on the road year-round. You'll find tire replacements for all size tires, even lawn mowers. Lift kits and auto accessories are installed right there, and in some cases, while you wait. Alford's Tire Brake and Alignment, Highway 69, 4 miles south of I-20 in Tyler. AlfordsBrakeandAlignment.com.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you so much to Harvey Alford and everybody at Alford's Tire Brake and Alignment. Not only they've been staunch supporters of this broadcast for the last 3 years, but these are guys that take great pride in taking care of my whole family's vehicles and making sure everything goes well with them. The last 10-yard pass to Fluellen. Tennyson right now 12 of 16 for 193 on the night. Handoff, first man through. Lindale defense, big stop on a 3rd and short play, and they didn't get it. They may have even lost a yard. 4th down and 2 as the Lindale defense will make a big play.
Corey Watts making a big old stack up right there to make the runner not having any place to go.
Well, they're in a situation now where they absolutely have to think about kicking it away, and that's what they'll do. So the Gilmer Buckeyes will give it back to the Lindale Eagles with this fourth period starting off with 11:23 to go. And Maya stands at his own 20-yard line. And a punt is away. Maya's going to call a fair catch with Fluellen almost face mask to face mask with him. And the Lindale Eagles will get the football back down by 1 at their own 16-yard line.
That was very interesting.
Yeah, it was, because
I'm surprised there wasn't a flag thrown.
Well, what is it? What's the rule in the high school?
They have to give him a 3-yard cushion.
Well, there's no 3-yard cushion to happen right there.
Yeah, they have to give him a cushion. He has to have a chance to catch it. I don't know if that was a chance to catch it, even though he did.
Well, Maya made a great catch, but Fluellen literally was within about a yard of Maya's face, and no flag there. But the Lindale Eagles will split out 2 receivers to the left side. Ball on the ground, low snap. And, boy, you hate seeing that. A lot of energy in this possession here after the Lindale Eagles come back to draw within a point, and they will lose 4 yards, almost 5, on that bobbled snap, as both Thurman and Daniels both fell on the football to protect it. So it'll be a 4-yard loss back to the 12-yard line. So 2nd and 14 now. Thurman with the snap, follows Daniels in the hole, and an amazing defensive play back there. And what number is that? Is that going to be 9, Allen? That may be Ashton Haynes, who blew up the blocker and knocked Patrick Daniels into Clint Thurman to make that stop for another 4-yard loss back to the 8-yard line.
That's a heck of a defensive play right there. Like you said, he took on the blocker and still made the tackle.
Woo. Well, that was a blow-up play right there. So all of a sudden it's 3rd and 19. Thurman takes the snap. He's going to take it off left tackle and just try to pick up what he can.
Yeah, Lindale pretty well right there. Didn't want to take a big chance with a pass to get tackled for a loss. So just probably a design run just to get them out of the thing, kick the punt. Kick the punt. Punt the ball. Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah.
Well, possession did not work out at all in the favor of the Lindale Eagles, as they will back up 6 yards after 3 plays. And Wyatt Parker will stand a yard deep in his own end zone and try to punt this away. Fluellen standing at the Lindale 41-yard line. Parker almost gets it blocked, and he gets off a kick, hits at the 45, and rolls sideways. Fluellen's going to pick it up and just dive out of bounds.
You know, we've seen that more and more with kids just picking up punts that I would have thought they've been taught not to pick up. It's scary when they go to pick up one of those, they put it on the ground.
Yeah, well, normally you see, one of you guys, special teams coach, will meet the kid like halfway across the field and, pretty much give him an earful.
Well, we've seen that quite a bit this year, though, them picking up balls and catching ones that
Well, Lindale defense has got to step up once again here. Jonathan Ishmael jogs on pre-snap and gets the defense set for the Lindale Eagles. Defending left side, Michael Shannon, near side defender, dual receiver to the top side. That's the short side of the field. Fluellen goes in motion. Now he'll flare out. They're going to go deep. They're going to attack Shannon right away and throws it way short. Michael Shannon with nice coverage back there on the intended receiver to Eric Tate. Tate, who's got a touchdown reception tonight. That 66-yard reception, that last touchdown.
Christian King lost his helmet that time. They had to pull him off the field. In high school football, if your helmet comes off, you have to stay out of play.
There was a situation a year ago with a team Lindale played where the kid came off the field and put his helmet down and then picked up the wrong helmet when he came back in the game. Incomplete handoff to Haynes. Haynes going to try the left side. Haynes with a good yardage up across the 40 and to the 37, make that 38-yard line. So he'll pick up 4 on the play.
There's a good example of them bringing that jet motion across and giving the ball going back the opposite direction like we talked about. Lindale, playing that jet sweep, but they also have to stay at home on the backside for the handoff going the opposite way.
And boy, massive substitutions, too, for Coach Rozelle in this defense. They are moving players in and out almost on every play. Christian King back in the football game on the left side. Tennyson waiting for the snap. Llewellyn in motion. Stays in the flats. They're going to throw middle screen way short. It's going to be caught. Okay, incomplete. It looked like Haynes may have rolled over on the ball. Couldn't tell real quick. So the incomplete pass on the middle screen, but boy, that was defended well.
Yeah, Jake Carbo was right there, and the ball wasn't thrown real well. It was sort of in the dirt, but Jake Carbo right there covered him up.
Well, Miles Miller comes off the field this play. And once again, boy, Roselle continues to move it up and down. 4th down again for the Gilmer Buckeyes. Lindale defense getting another opportunity here to help this football team. 8:32 to go. Clock stopped for the incompletion. 4th and 7. Going left to right from the 38-yard line. Tennyson going to throw inside. Llewellyn catches it, makes the catch, breaks the tackle, gets across the 35, but he's a yard short of the first down.
Gilmer spreading the field out and bringing a receiver back underneath from the what we used to call the jailbreak screen, but not getting the first down.
Well, Michael Shannon got shaken up on that play as well as he was in on the tackle, or got one of the hits on Llewellyn that slowed him up to help some teammates come and finish that off. 8:24, the Lindale Eagle offense now, boy, in a must-move the football situation here with 8:24 to go. They'll be going right to left, near hash mark. Thurman by himself in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right. He's going to go right, or go left. Coming back inside the pile of white jerseys. He just gets across the 35. They'll give him forward progress to the 36, a tough 2 yards for Thurman.
Yeah, Jake cut that back away from where they designed that to go. That was meant to go to the left and cut back up to the right side.
Well, we got a timeout on the field because trying to get, I think, off the field, Zach Easley cramped up pretty bad and reached down and grabbed his left leg. And some of the teammates are going to go ahead and try to stretch it out. But, boy, he's in some pain out at the 49-yard line. Well, a injury timeout of sorts will give us a chance to say hi to some people that not only are listening because they're following players on this field, but a very special young man, Gerald Dudley, who's Trey Maseratian's grandfather. This guy is at home and listens each and every Friday night. And we want to say howdy to Gerald Dudley, and thanks so much for following along with us. Marley Thurman and Brady Miles. Marley, the sister to quarterback Clint Thurman, and her boyfriend Brady Miles. Listening from some places unknown because we didn't get a destination for them. But thanks a lot, Marley and Brady. We appreciate it very much. They're going to go ahead and let Zach Easley jog off the field, but he is still pretty tight on that left leg and grabbing behind that left thigh. I think any of us have ever played or cramps up on the field, it's awful. Did you ever cramp up, Alan?
Oh, yeah, I still get cramps. I get them Charlie horses in my leg in the middle of the night, and I'm crying.
I think that's a little different, for a 72-year-old man doing 60, color up in here.
60.
Okay, 2nd and 8 from the 37-yard line. Kason Watts in the backfield now takes the handoff. Watts going to take it himself. Well, first carry we've seen from Kason Watts, the tight end in the backfield, and for some reason, still no whistle blown as Watts just now hits the turf. They're going to give him forward progress all the way to the 42-yard line. How about that?
Yeah, you usually don't see that. They usually, once he stopped, they're going to blow that whistle, but his old legs kept it churning.
Kason Watts for 6 yards gets his first carry of the season. Let me double-check my numbers here real quick. So Watts gives him good open field here now. I've been real puzzled with the placement of the football from this officiating crew. Normally it's either hash, or right in the middle of the field, but they're between the middle and the hash marks when they place this. Daniels in motion. Thurman, big hole up the middle. Clint Thurman's going to get the first down. And, there used to be flags for piling on.
Well,
and he left his feet also.
Yeah, that's what I was just fixing to bring up. The same thing, Kenny, is that they cannot do that. They can't just jump up on a pile.
No.
And he wasn't even piled up, really.
Well, this is the second time we've seen what looks like an obvious penalty, and no flag on the play. But Thurman picks up the first down as he'll take it all the way to the 47-yard line. They'll mark it down. Thurman will get credit for a 5-yard pickup. It's a 24-23 lead for the Gilmer Buckeyes. Lindale on the move here late in this fourth period. Thurman going to throw. It's deflected at the line of scrimmage, And, boy, you got to hate that. Patrick Daniels was wide open at midfield.
Little swing pass they were trying to get to him. The two outside receivers ran deep. I'll tell you what, Lindale right now, if they can maintain that ball, and just tick those seconds off that clock, take it down, that's what they want right now.
Clock stopped with the incompletion, 6:41 to go. Lindale right to left. Thurman going to keep it off the right side. Thurman gets caught from behind, but gets smashed at around the 48-yard line. They'll give him maybe a yard. But, boy, the way the Gilmer Buckeyes defense converges on the ball is just like a swarm of bees.
They're very, very quick.
Very quick.
Well, Thurman went down hard, but as Clint Thurman has been doing since he's been playing varsity football, he gets right back up and he actually just runs back to where he has to call his next play. 3rd and 11. Pass going to throw deep and way over the head as Marcus Field evidently either did not run the right route, or Thurman thought he was going deep, and Thurman got away with almost throwing an interception, threw it over the head of the intended receiver and over the head, thank goodness, of 2 Gilmer defenders.
Well, remember that play because he was wide open. Come back to it.
Well, unfortunately, Lindale offense will get thwarted once again, stopped with a 4th and 9 play from the 47-yard line, their own 47. Parker sits back to punt, standing at his own 31. Looking downfield. Rolling to his right, continues to run. Now will kick the football at the 45-yard line. It goes out of bounds off the side of his leg at around the 30, we're going to say 28-yard line. They'll mark it out.
Oh, I hate that punt. I almost thought he was going to fake it there.
Well, he had a couple of blockers in front of him.
As a defensive guy, I'm sitting there going, well, does he have that option?
Yeah.
I was a little surprised Lindale went away from the run. They went and threw 2 passes in there where they were having a little success with the run. Run that clock down.
Well, they give the ball back to Gilmer with 5:55 to go in this ball game. Gilmer up 24-23. Lindale defense has stepped up 2 or 3 times tonight, getting penetration and a hold in the backfield. This ball's coming back on the run by the Gilmer Buckeyes. It's Henderson with the run. He gets run out at the 37. But we got a hold in the backfield immediately, and I didn't even see who dove in there and made Henderson reroute his run. Well, great penetration by the Lindale D.
I don't think it was a hold. I think it was a tackle.
Yeah. Well, Gilmer Buckeyes, now with only their 2nd flag of the second half, there has only been 5 penalties in this entire game. And that's not counting, obviously, the kick that went out of bounds. So great timing right now for the Lindale defense as Gilmer will now set up 1st and 20 from the 18-yard line. 3-man front for the Eagles. Snap back to Tennyson. He hands off, going far side to Henderson, 20, 25, up the sideline, 40. Midfield, he is gone. He is running away from everybody.
Fastest man in East Texas.
Oh, my gosh. Henderson takes it. 82 yards for the score. After the penalty pushed him back 10, Henderson takes a handoff and just explodes down the far sideline for the TD.
Once he turned up that sideline, you could see an extra jet come on, and he was off to the races. That's why it's important to keep those guys turned in. If they get the sideline and they get that much speed, it's just hard to stop them.
Well, they've had a couple of big plays that have put them in this position. A 44-yard run by Henderson, and now you can add an 82-yarder to that as well. Henderson, 3 carries, 90 yards. How about that? Kick is up, and it's good. And the Gilmer Buckeyes will move their lead to 31-23 when we come back. Lindale Eagle football continues with OnTheCall.net.
You know that old saying that a man's number one job is to protect his family? Well, that's exactly what my dad had in mind when he founded Beeler Roofing in the late 1970s. Well, now it's 2022, and it's still the backbone of why Beeler Roofing continues to take care of families and businesses' new roofs, full roof replacements, and even simple roof repairs. We still welcome a good old personal phone call to set up a free roof assessment. and we take a lot of pride and enjoyment from making our customers feel better about being home. Plus, we can even help you navigate the insurance process. This is Brooks Beeler, Lindale class 1989, and very proud to support your Lindale Eagles again this year. Find us on the web at BeelerRoofing.com or call us at 903-347-8484. Beeler Roofing, our family protecting your family from the top down for over 40 years.
Well, the defense has been asked to step up many, many times tonight for the Lindale Eagles, and they have played a pretty darn good, solid football game. They made a good stop and pushed the the Gilmer Buckeyes back to the 18-yard line, but boy, they could not stop the speedy Will Henderson. 82 yards later, it's a 31-23 lead for Gilmer now. They're going to try the short kick again, straight up in the air and coming down at the 28-yard line. And running out of bounds, Maya was back to catch the kick along with, I think, maybe Moriarty that time. It'll be Patrick Daniels with the return. He gets it at the 33-yard line. And that's where Lindale will start up 1st and 10.
Well, I was going to say, hopefully Lindale's going to make another response here. They've always they made that response after Gilmer has scored. It's like they'll get a chance and they don't take advantage of it.
5:21 to go in this ball game. And the offense back out on the field. Devin Daniels will come in this particular series and sits up behind Thurman. Thurman dual receivers to the left side, turns around, hands off Daniels. No, he'll play fake. He's going to roll to his right. Now he's just going to keep it. Tucks it under, bolts upfield, and boy, in Clint Thurman fashion. And a flag coming down late after the play. And Fluellen has got his hands sprawled side to side. Omero Arona also is asking what the call was. Well, Thurman darted across the 40 and dove across right at the first down marker. We're going to see what this call is.
Well, that was a bootleg play, and that sort of shows the progression that Clint Thurman has done. Is that's a bootleg play. He's coming around, and he's got a receiver in sort of open, but he can run with it too. And you always tell your quarterbacks run with it when you can, and so he kept and ran with it. Now I think that penalty is that one of the defensive backs of Gilmer came across and knocked the fire out of one of the receivers that was just standing there.
Well, it is going to be it's going to be a dead ball. Looks like, it almost looked like he said delay a game, as if a player kicked the ball out, but they're going to mark off 15 yards.
I'm pretty sure he did a late hit on a receiver that was just standing watching.
Well, a 15-yard mark off, and the Lindale Eagles get a great break here. 1st and 10, Lindale at the Gilmer 42-yard line. Romero in motion to the right side. Snap back to Thurman. Thurman looking right. He's got plenty of time. Now he's got to scramble to the left. He'll square up. He'll throw downfield. And off the hands, a light tip in and out of the hands of Alex Romero. But he got some help by Tearic Tate, who tipped the ball right before it hit Alex Romero. Boy, he's upset he didn't make that catch.
Yeah, that was a good throw by Thurman. He should have caught that. It was a line drive right on the mark. They're doing a lot of misdirection, bootlegging, trying to get Thurman a little bit of room to throw the ball, get him outside the tackles.
Well, trying to work up some momentum here. 2nd and 10 on the incompletion. Watts, broken play as Devin Daniels went to the right side. It was supposed to be a play fake to the left. Clint Thurman turned around and had no running back to fake the ball to, had to tuck it, and he'll get tackled for a 3-yard loss.
That's happened a couple times during this game, that he's turned one way and the running backs went the opposite way. A little miscommunication.
Yeah, 4:41 to go. Both teams with all 3 of their timeouts remaining. The Eagles will be back here at home next Friday against Henderson. Gilmer will be off next week. Watts in motion. Snap back to Thurman. Thurman hands off. Daniels trying to get wide. Got a little bit of speed. Flag down in the backfield. Daniels will get pulled down after maybe a yard gain, but we're going to get a flag back in the backfield. As soon as Daniels cleared the outside of the play, the flag came down right behind him.
Probably going to be a hold.
The Eagles with a 5-yard mark-off in the first quarter, a 10-yard mark-off in the second. So only 2 flags against the Eagles, and it will be a holding call. Gilmer's going to decline it and force a 4th down play here. So they will not accept the penalty They will force a 4th down play, and the Lindale Eagles offense is going to stay on the field. So we'll see what Matt Cochran's got up his sleeve here, as it's 4th and 12 from the 44-yard line.
Yeah, that's one of those positions where they need to move the ball down and score. They don't want to give it back to the high-scoring offense.
4:22 to go. Here we go. Lindale Eagle offense trying to make something work here. Thurman with dual setbacks. Fakes a handoff. Now he's going to scramble. Coming to the left side. Looking downfield. Now he's just going to throw deep. He will throw up a waffle. It is almost intercepted, but will fall incomplete. Boy, Clint Thurman unfortunately had the ball just come out of his hands wrong. He had Romero opened it around the 10-yard line, but Alex got behind the defenders, Allen, but he had to come back for the ball.
Yeah, and once again, Thurman tried to throw it, I think, extra hard, and when he did, his thumb just took control of that ball and made it go flutter, flutter.
You probably never thought you were going to come out with the words flutter, flutter,
flutter,
back
flutter
to back.
Yeah, flutter, flutter. That's what it looked like, though.
Well, Gilmer with the football back, and 4:12 to go with all their timeouts, and also an 8-point lead. Still a one-possession game for the Lindale Eagle defense. Dual receivers with Llewellyn in the slot, left side. Handoff straight up the middle, and caught from behind. Great tackle from behind. It's Plunkett again, who shucks his tackler, or as possible his blocker, and makes the tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
You know, Carson Plunkett's played a pretty good game. He's got a big old guy in front of him trying to block him, and he's able to shed that to make the tackle.
Well, man, he's been pretty darn consistent every week. For Carson, it seems to always make the plays that he has an opportunity to make.
Well, don't know him, but he looks like he's probably pretty quick, and so he can make he can be tough on those linemen.
2nd and 10. From the 44-yard line, snap back, inside handoff to Haynes. Haynes runs into blue jersey, tries to break a tackle. He gets across the line of scrimmage somehow. Boy, tough running. As it's Ryan Stanton in there along with Parker for the tackle, but not before he gets a couple. 3rd and 8 at the 46-yard line, and they're going to get a timeout on the field. Chris Cochran wants a timeout now with 3:23 to go. Pretty darn important he gets this timeout, gets the clock stopped.
Yes.
He's got a couple left here to Allen, so he's not giving up on the fact that it's a one-possession ball game right now.
Yes, and that was a good timeout right there because, again, it's going to stop the clock, gets him over there, let him get a regroup, and tell them we need to stop right here. We need to make the stop so we can come back with a good offensive series.
Okay, defensive coordinator shoes right now. If you think they're going to keep it on the ground to run this clock off, do you run some blitz packages? Do you do anything extra?
I don't know. You know, against most teams, I might say, well, yeah, but with these guys, they throw the ball like almost like a sweep.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So they blitz those outside linebackers. They throw a quick screen out there. It's like a sweep for them, and boom, they're off to the races.
Well, since I know a lot about defense, I'd blitz everybody.
Don't do that.
Just go 10. Rush 10.
Nah, that's Salina. Salina used to do that back in the days when everybody ran. But since nobody runs and they all pass nowadays. Big play right here. I think that they're probably going to bring at least one linebacker, but I can't see them bringing everybody.
This may define the rest of this ball game for the Lindale Eagle defense. 3:23 to go. 3rd and 8 from the 46-yard line. Gilmer takes the snap. Tennyson fakes the handoff, trying to get wide. He's going to get pulled down. No, out of bounds at the 40-yard line. They missed the sack opportunity. Jake Kerbal back there rushing along. And I think that may be Sullivan. No, it'll be Ryan Stanton again. But they run Tennyson out of bounds at the 40-yard line. That's a 7-yard loss. They're going to get the football back.
You should have been a defensive coordinator because I tell you what, they had a
blitz. Was that a blitz package?
Yes, they were in a 4-2-5 defense. They brought both linebackers up the middle.
Well, it worked, by golly. Tennyson got flushed out quickly and got run out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So the Lindale Eagles will get the football back with 3:17 to go. Gilmer will drop back to punt. As there may be a player hurt on the far sideline. They're going to get the substitutions in correctly. They're going to go ahead and just make 6', 270-pound Braylon Ward grab his helmet real quick. He's got to strap himself up and comes into the ball game now as an up back on this punt. Well, Brett Maya, see if he can get under this punt and get as many yards as he possibly can for his offense. It'll be a sideways punt again. The Gilmer Buckeyes kick it into traffic at the 30. Takes a huge Gilmer bounce inside the 20, inside the 15. They'll down it at the 15-yard line. The Eagles have to go 85 yards to continue this football game with 3:06 to go. Well, they've done it a couple of times in the first half, Alan. So it's not unusual for this team to put together a little bit of an offensive surge here and see if they can make some magic happen here late.
Well, if they're going to throw the ball some, and I don't think they're just going to let him sit back there. I think Lindale's going to roll him out some more, do some more bootlegs to try to get him out away from the middle. Big old push up in the middle from Gilmer's defense will not enable him to pass the ball.
Well, here we go. Lindale Eagle football. Ball on the far hash. Dual receivers split out wide. Daniels in motion. Thurman's going to keep it right up the middle. Clint Thurman gets just pummeled at the 18-yard line.
You are right about one thing. He is a tough kid because
I guess you just think it's more tough if the kids are smaller. Because Jacob Siegfried a year ago, this guy would run into a brick wall and just shake his head and get right back into the huddle. 3-yard gain for Thurman at the 18-yard line. Thurman going to throw right side and outside the outreached arms by Ethan Moriarty. He was run out, set up at around the 27-yard line. He was going to be right there for the first down and then some, and Thurman just overthrew him.
Yeah, trying to do some quick outs to try to, catch the ball and then get out of bounds. But, again, I think he's going to have to get outside the pocket a little bit, get out here in this bootleg area to be able to complete those passes.
Thurman trying to do a whole lot right now. 2:37 to go, and he's got to scramble now, and he's got a lot of traffic, nowhere to go. Well, Marcus Field was trying to go ones with Rohan Fluellen downfield, and he was completely covered up.
Well, Jackson was on a blitz that time for Gilmer, which would not let Clint Thurman get to the outside at all.
Well, Thurman's 0 for 5 in his last 5 passes. So Clint's right now having a rough time numbers-wise through the air. This is a football team that's only down 8 with 2:04 to go. Thurman takes a snap, tries to hand off to Daniels, fumbles the football, picks it back up. Now he's going to roll it to his right. He'll throw it downfield. Got a man open, caught at the 35-yard line. Kason Watts. Spectacular effort by Clint Thurman. Fumbled the snap on the fake handoff to Daniels and completed a pass.
Great pass also, hit him right in the numbers.
Oh, my. Watts with the catch, 1st and 10. Now we'll throw a flare out, complete at the 40, and outside the 40 to the 44-yard line. And the Lindale offense has got a little bit of zest here.
A little quick screen out there to him, and he's able to pick up about 9 yards.
9 yards to the completion to Alex Romero. 2nd and 1 from the 45-yard line. Eagles with 1:25 to go. Snap back, Thurman, handoff to Daniels straight up the middle. And Daniels will get caught right about the line of scrimmage. And getting up limping right now, we got a Gilmer Buckeye who's having a little trouble getting off the field. It'll be Connor Dodd. Dodd's going to work his way off the field. But the timeout on the field is going to be called by Chris Cochran. It'll be 3rd and a short 1 right now. Cochran taking his second timeout of the second half, down 31-23.
But I'll tell you what, Clint Thurman showing a little bit about how a competitor he was, because I thought that ball was on the ground to stay. He picked it up, rolled off to his right, looked downfield, threw a great pass on that one.
Well, Clint goes to the sideline with the rest of his team with 1:16 to go. Both these teams came in off of a win, but Gilmer with so much more athleticism and looking at them on paper, and you watch any film on these guys at all, they're head and shoulders above the level of play of Lindale in the first 3 weeks of the season, but boy, it's been completely different tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, when I was looking up my research on Gilmer, is that I kept looking at their receivers, and it was just unbelievable how many they had and the size of them. And then, of course, Coach Wazell told me that this might be the best skill team that they've had, that Gilmer's had in the last few years.
Yeah, and completions to only 3 receivers, 2 running backs tonight. Thurman gets him back out of the huddle. They'll fake the handoff. Going to go deep down the sideline. Got a man open. Field is open. 20, 15, 10, inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. Well, it was another busted fake handoff as Thurman turned to his right turned to his left. The running back was on his right and threw to Marcus Field, who made the completion. 1st and goal, Eagles at the 8-yard line. Snap back to Thurman. Handoff Devin Daniels inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. How about that for a turnaround, Eagle fans?
I'm going to tell you something. Clint Thurman's going to continue to get better and better and better at passing the ball. You can see it every game.
Well, boy, decision time here. 43 seconds. Clock continues to roll. They're letting the clock roll. Chris Cochran with a timeout remaining. Ball is down. Snap went right through the hands of the Lindale Eagle quarterback, Clint Thurman. They're going to call him down at the 9-yard line. Gilmer Buckeyes are saying they've got the football, but they're going to blow the play dead as the snap got past Clint Thurman. It was a little low. And boy, unfortunately, they had all the momentum in the world, and then a botched play there on the snap and the fumble will push him back to the 9-yard line. Timeout on the field. As Chris Cochran, I think, may have just taken his 2nd timeout, maybe even his 3rd and final timeout of this ball game.
Well, if it was his 3rd and final timeout, he's probably calling 2 plays in that huddle right now. If this will probably be in some type of pass. If he doesn't get it, he'll have another play that he can, huddle up with. But if he runs the ball, he's got to call 2 plays at once.
Well, we're just hoping they get these plays off and we get through this game before we lose connection again.
Are we having troubles with it again?
That's all I'm praying for. So they're taking a long time with this timeout and utilizing as much time as they have to get a couple of plays called here. 31 ticks on the clock. Gilmer with a 31-23 lead. The Eagles, after a huge play to Marcus Field, got him down inside the 10-yard line. Have got him pushed back. 3rd and goal from the 9. Eagles trying to tie this game up, if not take the lead. Thurman, snapper right there, looking to pass, looking left, looking right, has to keep it, and he will get popped and pulled down at the 15-yard line. Well, the Gilmer defense that time stopped the Eagles. Now they have no other choice but to get a 4th down going. Clock rolling with 15 seconds to go. Snap back to Thurman. Thurman going to throw the fade route, going to the end zone. Knocked out of bounds at the end zone and incomplete. And it may be Marcus Field, and Field actually got shoved. Now, the ball, I think, Allen, from our standpoint, was uncatchable.
Yeah,
it was way outside.
That's what they're going to call. Rohan Fluellen was the one on defense, and he did a big old push and then afterwards taunted a little bit. I'm surprised we didn't get a penalty on that.
Well, we've seen 3 instances tonight where it looked like sure penalties, but boy, the Eagles on a 4th down play, Cochran had taken his final timeout. They didn't mark it on the scoreboard, so they could not call a timeout, and Clint Thurman tried to call a play quickly. Marcus Field remains down off the field as he took a shot trying to make that catch, and they're going to let the clock roll down to zeros. Gilmer takes a knee to finish this ball game in dramatic fashion. The Eagles will lose to the Gilmer Buckeyes tonight, but not before giving it everything they had late in this ball game. 31-23 Gilmer. When we come back, Lindale Eagle football continues with OnTheCall.net.
You come for the food and you stay for the experience. Brisket Love Barbecue and Ice House, a mile off Interstate 20 on FM 849 in Lindale. Come hungry because the barbecue portions are generous and the atmosphere is the best in East Texas, including live music on the stage in Hackberry Hall. Brisket Love Barbecue and Ice House combines great barbecue, craft beers, signature cocktails, and live music for a one-of-a-kind experience. Brisket Love Barbecue and Ice House, 15338 FM 849 in Lindale, and on the web at brisketlovetx.com.
Backing the Lindale Football Eagles now as he did back then. Eagle Chiropractic is owned and operated by former Lindale Eagle Center, Dr. Shane Allen. A class of 1989 graduate, Dr. Allen is an expert in chiropractic and nutritional health counseling. His expertise in these areas assist him in helping patients reduce and even eliminate migraine headaches, neck pain, back pain, and joint pain of all levels, both acute and chronic. Eagle Chiropractic offers therapeutic exercises, nutritional supplements, and analgesic creams, along with education educational consultations, and follow-up to assure continued support and confidence in a healthy lifestyle that is pain-free. Eagle Chiropractic, Highway 69 in Lindale, open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Saturdays. Call for an appointment and consultation at 903-881-5172. Eagle Chiropractic, making people better every day.
If you're looking to advance and improve your baseball or softball skills and overall game with the hopes of moving on to the next level, Marucci Elite East Texas is the premier select organization to do just that. Hi folks, I'm Derek Kraft, current minor league pitcher for the New York Yankees and coach for Marucci Elite. Head coaches Mike Holichuk and Jeff Casey take over 35 years of coaching experience to the field each year, showcasing East Texas's finest baseball and softball talent. Marucci Elite East Texas has proven itself to be the best at directly focusing on player development and the recruitment of its athletes. You can follow them anytime and learn more about Marucci Elite East Texas through Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at METXETX. That's METXETX for Marucci Elite East Texas.
It's like moving from an old office into a brand new office. Trade up your current office furniture to brand new furniture from Office Barn in Tyler.
Office Barn buys new and used furniture by the truckloads.
We will also upgrade the look of your office by exchanging your current furniture for new digs.
Maximize your office space with our space planning services, including field measurement, design, and a 3D diagram. Office Barn can even reconfigure existing cubicles for office space.
More desks than the Pentagon. 1,000 plus chairs. Conference room tables, lobby furniture, storage cabinets, cubicles.
I'm John Longcrier. We ship anywhere with next day delivery in East Texas. Buy it in the box and save even more. Discounts for nonprofits, veterans, and first responders. Plus, office moving done right the first time.
Between Lindale and Tyler on Highway 69. Across from the big, big American flag.
You name it, OB stocks it.
Office Barn.
The summer of 2022 has been tough on everyone, especially those that were without a top-performing HVAC system. Rose City Air was created by Will Decker and Heath Willingham after they experienced plenty of too little, too late scenarios, with two objectives in mind: service and educate consumers on the most efficient ways to maintain a healthy AC unit correctly the first time and eliminate the anxiety of second and third opinions and repairs. Rose City Air takes the time to show you the complexities of maintaining a top-notch HVAC system while the estimate and assessment is being done. Rose City Air's free estimates, 24-hour no-hassle emergency services, low-cost maintenance agreements, and discounts for veterans, first responders, and educators are why Rose City Air wants to service your home or business whenever the need arises. 903-630-4343 or go to rosecityairtx.com.
You know that old saying that a man's number one job is to protect his family? Well, that's exactly what my dad had in mind when he founded Beeler Roofing in the late 1970s. Well, now it's 2022 and it's still the backbone of why Beeler Roofing continues to take care of families and businesses' new roofs, full roof replacements, and even simple roof repairs. We still welcome a good old personal phone call to set up a free roof assessment, and we take a lot of pride and enjoyment from making our customers feel better about being home. Plus, we can even help you navigate the insurance process. This is Brooks Beeler, Lindale class 1989, and very proud to support your Lindale Eagles again this year. Find us on the web at BeelerRoofing.com or call us at 903-347-8484. Beeler Roofing, our family protecting your family from the top down for over 40 years.
Alford's Tire Brake and Alignment is going all in with the 2022 Lindale Eagles. Safety first is not only common sense when it comes to your transportation, it should be the top priority anytime it comes to the overall protection of your family. Safety checks on your basic brake and tire conditions or need for maintenance on your AC system is paramount during the heat of a 2022 summer. Alford's Tire Brake and Alignment puts the entire family name behind making sure you stay stress-free on the road year-round. You'll find tire replacements for all size tires, even lawn mowers. Lift kits and auto accessories are installed right there. And in some cases, while you wait, Alford's Tire Brake and Alignment, Highway 69, 4 miles south of I-20 in Tyler. AlfordsBrakeandAlignment.com.
Hey, Doc Deason here, Lindale class of 1990 with Real Edge Real Estate in Tyler. You can find me online at DocDeasonRealEstate.com. You know, after this summer, anything associated with fall is going to be welcome throughout the season, especially Lindale High School football. It's an honor for me to again partner with my friend of 30 years, your play-by-play man, Kenny Smith. There's nothing in this country quite like Texas high school football, and you need to know we're partaking in a legendary pastime right now. But when the game's over, if you need some help with real estate, give me a shout. Don't hesitate. 903-262-8680. That's 262-8680. Again, I'm fellow Eagle Doc Deason. Thanks for listening.
Well, we can't say we came here to play football and nothing happened, because this was a spectacular football game. Gilmer Buckeyes go to 4-0 after a 31-23 win over the Lindale Eagles, who will drop to 2-2 after this loss tonight. But it was not without a spectacular efforts and all the things that were stacked against these guys. I think when the night started, Alan, I think there's a possibility Lindale Eagles surprise an awful lot of people with their performance tonight.
Oh, yeah, I think so. You know, a lot of people thought Gilmer would come in here and just rake up on Lindale. But Lindale's a tough team, defensively and offensively. And they made some comebacks on – they'd give up to Gilmer, and then they make a comeback and score themselves. They just could not capitalize when they needed to do it from when they got the ball to go ahead.
Well, as far as what you saw that we kind of worked on last week in the victory against Van, and some of the things that these guys experienced tonight, this really is a pretty darn good schedule to get set for district play next week.
Man, I'm sitting here thinking, why is he scheduling all these teams? I mean, because Henderson's having a pretty good year themselves, I believe. And so,
yeah, it's a pretty darn good, working against these 270, 330-pound guys up in the front.
You know, playing Van last week, they're a quality team. You got Gilmer this week and Henderson next week. They always say that, you play tough teams in the preseason to make you better than their own district, you know. But I don't know. I don't know if I'd play these guys. They're, we were discussing, are they a run team or are they a pass team? They're a little bit of both. We're talking about Gilmer.
Well, if you went back to work at Hawkins, you probably wouldn't schedule Gilmer anyway.
Oh, God, no. That's not going to happen anyway, Anything with Gilmer on it, I'd say no.
Yeah. All right. Well, Stuart Campion, you've been pretty darn busy tonight, man. Obviously, you didn't even have a calculator either. We have no calculator for you for a backup.
Well, I have used 2 pencils though.
Oh,
2 pencils and a pen.
You got a phone,
Alan's got a phone. Forget it. I know. Yeah, we're prepared for everything. All right, let's go over our numbers real quick, bud.
Okay, well, Lindale had 14 first downs, so they definitely were moving the ball. Thurman was 6 for 20 in the air for 143 yards, and he did have 2 TDs. Running the ball, Patrick Daniels, since there are 2 of them, Patrick Daniels was 14 carries for 48 yards, and his brother was 7 carries for 21 yards with a touchdown. But Thurman was the running guy. Again, he had 25 carries for 63 yards, and Kason Watts actually ran the ball today. He had 6 yards on his first carry. So when we get to the receivers, Ethan Moriarty, 1 catch, 27 yards, and he did have a TD. Marcus Fields, 3 catches, 84 yards. Alex Romero, 2 catches for 21 yards, and Kason Watts, 1 catch for 20 yards. Switching over to Gilmer, Caden Tennyson, 13 for 19, 197 yards and a TD. So he did good in the air.
Yeah.
When you're talking Russian, Ashton Hayes, 16 carries, 51 yards and a touchdown. Caden Tennyson, again, 10 carries for 75 yards and a touchdown. Will Henderson, 3 carries for 90 yards and a touchdown. Then we had Kevin Brinkley, 1 carry for 16, and Rowan Fluellen. Yeah, 1 carry for 2 yards. So the receivers, we had Tate, 3 catches, 108 yards. Fluellen, 6 catches for 46. Cade Bowman, 2 catches and no yards. So Ashton Hayes, 2 catches for 35 with a TD. And Amari Hamilton, 1 catch, 9 yards.
Okay, good job tonight, man. You did good on the numbers, Stuart.
I fake it.
No, you don't. You've been doing really good without a calculator.
Use the phone.
2 pencils.
Alan Phillips, good job tonight, man. Next week we will be right back here in this same room. Henderson Lions will come in to play the Lindale Eagles. The Gilmer Buckeyes will be off next week. We appreciate everybody being a part of our broadcast tonight. Thank you so much for not only tuning in, whether you're local or not. We thank you so much for being a part of OnTheCall.net, and for all of our sponsors, Brad Root and the Root Construction Press Box. We love having him hanging out with us for a while tonight, and my good friend and longtime coaching buddy Barry Mathis here as well. Good night, everybody, from Eagle Stadium.
Tonight's broadcast of Lindale Eagles football is brought to you by Rose City Air, Ironworks Web Design, Alford's Tire, Brisket Love Barbecue and Ice House, Root Construction, Eagle Chiropractic, Beeler Roofing, Marucci Elite East Texas, The Office Barn, and Doc Deason Real Edge Real Estate. Copies of tonight's game broadcast at onthecall.net. And all 2022 season games can be purchased from onthecall.net at any time the day after each game. OnTheCall.net and its supporters encourage all fans to make every opportunity to become involved in any child's education, enrichment, or any extracurricular activity they have a passion for. Thank you for joining us for Lindale Eagle Football with OnTheCall.net, streaming East Texas high school sports one game at a time.